Hi, and welcome to CyberNetLearners. I'm Ganesh, your guide on this thrilling journey into the world of cybersecurity. In today's hyper-connected landscape, understanding cybersecurity is crucial for everyone, from individuals to businesses. This channel is dedicated to empowering you with the knowledge and tools to safeguard your digital assets and stay one step ahead of cyber threats.
Before we get started, a quick disclaimer: CyberNetLearners is created for educational purposes only. The techniques and insights shared here are meant to enhance your knowledge and help you stay secure online. Please use this information responsibly and ethically.
Let's start the Android history in clearly.
Android is a Linux-based mobile operating system developed by Google, serving as its mobile operating system. Today, the platform is the foundation for a wide variety of modern technology, such as mobile phones, tablets, wearable tech, TVs, and other smart devices. Typical Android builds ship with a range of pre-installed apps and support the installation of third-party apps through the Google Play Store and other marketplaces. It's free, open source, and its source code is known as the Android Open Source Project, which is primarily licensed under the Apache license. Android OS is divided into various version numbers, implying significant jumps in features, operation, and stability. These versions usually have code names. The history of Android begins in October 2003, well before the term smartphone was widely used and several years before Apple announced its first iPhone and iOS. In 2005, a significant chapter in Android's history began when the original company was acquired by Google. In 2007, Apple launched the first iPhone and ushered in a new era in mobile computing. At that time, Google was still working on Android in secret. Later that year, the company began to reveal plans to compete with Apple and other mobile platforms. The public release of Android version 1.0 occurred on November 5, 2007. By September 2008, the very first Android smartphone was announced, the T-Mobile G1, also known as the HTC Dream in other parts of the world. The first official code name for Android appeared with the 1.5 Cupcake release in April 2009. Naming Android versions after sweets traditionally belonged to Ryan Gibson, a project manager at Google. Google quickly launched Android 1.6 Donut in September 2009. This version offered support for carriers using CDMA-based networks, enabling Android phones to be sold by carriers worldwide. In October 2009, Android 2.0 Eclair was released. This version introduced features like text-to-speech support, live wallpapers, multiple account support, and Google Maps navigation. Android 2.2 Froyo launched in May 2010, adding Dalvik Jite compiler support for faster app performance. It introduced Wi-Fi hotspot functionality, push notifications, and flash support. Android 2.3 Gingerbread arrived in September 2010, refreshing the user interface and supporting near-field communication (NFC) for smartphones with the required hardware. By February 2011, Honeycomb was released, designed specifically for tablets and devices with larger displays. In October 2011, Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich was introduced. It featured favorites on the home screen and the ability to unlock a phone using facial recognition, marking the beginning of biometric sign-ins. The Jelly Bean era began in June 2012 with Android 4.1. It included improved notifications, support for Google Chrome, and significant UI enhancements. Android 4.4 KitKat launched in September 2013. This version was optimized to run on devices with as little as 512 MB of RAM, making Android more accessible on budget phones. In the fall of 2014, Android 5.0 Lollipop was released. It introduced Google's material design for a more cohesive and visually appealing UI. It also marked the switch to the Android Runtime (ART) for better app performance. Android 6.0 Marshmallow arrived in the fall of 2015, featuring native fingerprint biometric support, USB Type-C support, and the introduction of Google Pay. In 2016, Android 7.0 Nougat launched, bringing support for the Vulkan API for enhanced 3D graphics rendering and improvements in multitasking. March 2017 saw the release of Android 8.0 Oreo. This version added features like picture-in-picture mode, notification channels, and autofill APIs for password management. Android 9.0 Pie launched in August 2018, introducing machine learning to improve battery life by predicting app usage patterns. In 2019, Google rebranded Android, dropping dessert names for version 10. Android 10 brought features like native support for foldable phones, gesture navigation, and improved privacy settings. Android 11 was launched on September 8, 2020. It introduced a conversation notification category, a built-in screen recorder, and better controls for smart home devices. Android 12 was released in October 2021, featuring a major overhaul of the user interface with Material U, which allowed users to customize the color scheme of the system UI. It also introduced privacy indicators for camera and microphone usage and more granular control over app permissions. Android 13, launched in August 2022, focused on improving privacy and customization. Key features included enhanced app permissions for notifications and the ability to customize the home screen with widgets from third-party apps. It also introduced better support for foldable devices and tablets. In 2023, Android 14 was released, with an emphasis on improved battery life, increased security, and features tailored for larger screen devices. It introduced predictive battery usage, more robust app hibernation, and further enhanced features for foldables and large screen devices. Android has come a long way, evolving with each version to meet the needs of its users and the ever-changing landscape of mobile technology.